The James Irvine Foundation was interested in funding programs that were in community, not within traditional arts institutions. They believe that participation levels in general arts institutions are dropping and disappearing, in fact. In many ways, the Crocker has not fit that model. Our attendance has been very, very steady since we opened the Teal Family Pavilion, so in 2010. Our attendance has been very steady at about 250,000 visitors a year. That actually puts us in the top 50 of art museums in North America as far as attendance.
But we started looking at sort of the zip codes more closely and who was coming and who weren't coming, and there seemed to be some sort of trends in that. And so we have a huge commitment to serving Sacramento on a broad basis, whether people come through our doors or they don't. And so we said, if they're not coming here, we want to go there. We wanted to sort of celebrate the arts as they were happening in those communities. So the fact that the Irvine Foundation was willing to back institutions to really go into the community and try to approach things in a new way was huge.
We have some Art Corps fellows that are basically like interns for the project, or something similar to what the Art Corps would be. So we have Lorenzo Baker, who is the Art Corps person focused on District 8, Dia Montalongo, who is focused on District 5, and Kimberly Marshall for District 2. And we also have Shoshana Zeldner, who took the lead on the Art Plus Impact workshops. And then we also have two community partners, one being the Soul Collective, which is a real grassroots arts organization that's been around here in Sacramento for about 10 years. And we also have the Sojourner Truth Art Museum, which, again, another grassroots arts organization.
So I worked with the Sacramento Metropolitan Arts Commission and Verge Center for the Arts to kind of develop a roster of artists that we would invite out to facilitate the workshops. For artists who attended two or more of the workshops, they had the opportunity to apply to receive a grant to do a community arts engagement initiative in Sacramento City Council Districts 2, 5, or 8.
We're a very diverse group here in District 8. We have almost equal representation of races, religions, colors, creeds. Art is one of the few forms that stretches across all of those subsets. That's where we can come together over art.
So part of the Block by Block initiative is to find locations for the actual block parties that we're going to have in spring of 2016. We're looking at amenities like plenty of parking for our participants, vendor space, stage areas, specific gallery spaces, and Grant High has a great stadium and a great following in our community, which is really important to the block parties and the Block by Block initiative.
I'm feeling like Colonial Park or Lawrence Park are the top two choices, and they just felt good.
Tonight we are here at the Soul Collective for the first of 3 talent search events called The Block is Hot. We are looking for local talents from Sacramento City Council Districts 2, 5, and 8 who are interested in performing at one of our upcoming block parties. All of those wonderful artistic people that live in the communities, so we can bring them all together and showcase their talent and all the beautiful things that North Sacramento, South Sacramento, Oak Park and surrounding areas has to offer.
Right now in the project, we're trying to get some data from communities that the block party is going to be in.
You can see my house from here.
So you're in District 5.
Okay.
Awesome, okay. Part of it is focused on their perceptions of the Crocker, because that's something that we're really trying to understand. These communities have very rich resources in the arts, and they have very rich talent in the arts. So the survey is also getting at, where do people go for arts already, and who do they know who's doing it that we should know about and we should be reaching out to.
Neighborhood in District 5 Oak Park and asking people to donate a fork, and I'm going to take all the forks and make one big sculpture so much. On this website, there'll be some drop-off centers. So like the library, the community center, there'll be places like
library?
here. Colonial Heights Library so far. Any day that they're open, the box will be here.
Say thank you.
Are you a chef? Yeah. Oh, I need a picture with a chef. Can you take my picture next to a chef?
We want to welcome all of you to the most open mic in the city. It is beautiful to be out here in South Sac. We want to invite everybody up to the stage. This mic is open. The way that this works is, if you got something to say, you feeling the music, you just step right on up here and go ahead. Like this, watch.
It's from my whole heart. I just try to go and put my heart in the cot. They try to go and sell spray tag like bot. If not, let me go and ride the fruit bell. Station rest in peace to Oscar Grant.
They try to cultivate us because we're getting innovative. We are made of sawdust. That means we're the hottest. Made us into zombies in school. Not saying education is bad, but the people should be glad we can tell us what it is to own. I'm going to take a file, pushing to get me by.
Without any justification, and self-destruction is a choice that the youth is facing. You know, judgment goes out to those who chose, but to not let your kids choose is most troublesome.
So these are the samples of the solar panels. They'll be made to this shape. I kind of prefer the blue, but I think we had more power output on the green. Eventually we want to put Wi-Fi transmitters in the top of the solar poppies, so then have a solar powered Wi-Fi network like in a park or all downtown, just to think about things a little bit differently than normal. Just trying to have renewable energy more interactive with us.
So today is Saturday, May 7th, and it's the day of our block party. And a few days ago, we were alerted that there could be some rain. So we've been monitoring the rain with the weather, and we decided it would be in everybody's best interest to move everything indoors except for a few of the art experiences. So we're going to have those outside. The 2 stages we were having on the outside are coming inside, so now we have 3 inside stages. People have been fabulous. We have a great set of volunteers who are really helping out. It's a little bit of a challenge because we have limited space and we're trying to reconfigure all of the performances, all of the artwork, all of the experiences that we're having as part of the block party, and trying to really figure out the best places to put them and to maneuver everything into those locations.
This is our second block party for Block by Block. We've been working with mostly vendors from the South Sacramento area to create an amazing experience and a true festival-like experience. We always wanted to incorporate people who live in this area, so we asked neighborhood associations, council districts, we asked artists from South Sacramento, we asked performers from South Sacramento, and everybody got on board.
Crocker Art Museum reached out to me to ask me to be a part of this event, this block party, which is, I think, amazing. In our case, it's hip-hop, it's DJing, it's breaking, it's live graffiti art, graffiti workshops, dance workshops, but there's so many great vendors, there are going to be so many great performances and other different examples of beautiful art provided by people in the community that are going to be here to be a part of this day.
We're an art museum, and so people think of us hanging things on the wall and displaying things like in an entity. And what we're trying to say is that art, beauty, creativity is found everywhere, and that we have these phenomenal communities in Sacramento, and we just wanted to give them a platform to really show what they do on a daily basis, what they sing in church choirs, what they paint in their homes, graffiti they do as murals, so we really wanted to put a spotlight on the good things happening in the community and hopefully have that be an impact to the broader community, because sometimes people are like, wow, I didn't know I had this amazing artist living right next door to me. I didn't know you had such a beautiful voice, and we pass on the bus every day, that type of thing. So there's just amazing arts happening all over, and we think this is a great platform to sort of showcase them. This is the culmination of Block by Block. We're so happy that you were out here. We had a fabulous partner
So we're so excited to be here. We're so excited you came out. We hope to see you at the Crocker. We hope to see you block by block. Thank you. Have a great night. And thanks to our volunteers and the amazing Crocker staff.
I think the success of Block by Block is really based on like the project manager, Daphne Burgess, is phenomenal. The art core team is phenomenal. Our projects in Soul Collective and Sojourner Truth Multicultural Arts Museum, you know, they all have sort of come together with a commitment that is, it's more than just work, you know? It really is sort of a lifetime commitment to grassroots movement, to activism, to art, to community building. And I think because their hearts are just so pure in this work, that's why it's been so successful.
Building bridges to the community isn't always easy. We took on a large task, and I think we knew that from the beginning, and there were some obstacles along the way, but I think the overall experience was beautiful. We were really able to connect with different community artists, community members, youth and elders, and have a beautiful time, be able to create a space for all of us to enjoy each other's company and to enjoy the art that exists in the communities. And I think that the Crocker working on coming out into the communities has opened a new door.
I think with the leadership of Lyle Jones and Stacy Shelnut as the director and the education director for the Crocker, I think there became a sensitivity for the need of the Crocker to really bring the community to the Crocker physically. There may be a presence for the Crocker in some neighborhoods, but the fact that the kids from Roberts Family Development Center get a chance to visit the physical place where the Crocker is, that presence that they then feel and they see means that they understand that the Crocker's a resource to them, that they are future investors, and that they are potential benefactors to what the Crocker's trying to do. So I'm really happy with the kids coming here. I'm really happy with the Crocker opening itself up to that happening. And more importantly, I'm happy for our kids to be able to see their future and what resources are available to them as they grow older.
It's late in the project, but I'm still actively looking for a place to put this sculpture, which is already in production. So my new location that I'm thinking about is this one.
Welcome to the most open mic in the city.
Have been lost for some time. Not many people produce this.
It's a automotive clear coat.